back. Excuse me. Alright, that's it.
Pairing.
Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new episode of Clone Evolution, Super Loud Mic Edition. Alright everyone, I managed to find some of the problems I was having with my microphones. And turns out it wasn't the microphones, it was actually Windows 10. So I managed to correct the problem. The only thing is I noticed my mic is super loud now. So if it happens to be ridiculously loud, just let me know in the chat and I'll try to lower it a little. No, I guess I should explain where I've been the past few days while we get back into the game. Don't worry, I have been playing the game still, just didn't have time to record it, had to speed through it, finished it quick. My specialty. Now what I did is I played each day and got all the objectives done and everything. And I even have a new plan today. If anyone's seen the title, where does it say? New plan for Star Heroes. I noticed when I was doing the campaign that when I had it set to, what is it that, the purple girl for Star Heroes, they're giving me her fragments super slow. Like I mean ridiculously slow. Like sometimes 2 days would go by and they wouldn't give me even one. So I was like, what the fuck, man? It's going to take forever to get Sun Star Heroes this way. So what I did is I changed it to the same hero, but the blue version, and I started getting way more. So let's see if we get any more. I probably jinxed it. Yeah, see, even just 60, they're giving me 2 frags. And I hardly need any of her to actually get enough to clone her up. I think we even have enough for her now. Let's go check. So I know like purple stars are definitely worth more, but look how many I'm getting, right? Like I keep getting tons of frags for her. Well, let's jinx it. No more this time. Holy shit, 2 more even from that. See what I mean? So that's what I was thinking. Like the main problem I run into Sunstar Heroes is I can buy them at the store, but the catch is they don't sell that Final Fantasy chick. So I never have enough like actual ones that can evolve. So even though I can buy them from the store, well, not this store. See how I can even buy Sunstar Heroes, but I couldn't evolve them because I didn't have the girl that can evolve. So this way I can get the Sunstar hero and not have that problem. I'll be okay. I can actually evolve them now. So that's my plan now. Is I'm just gonna evolve the girl, the Final Fantasy chick, using these. So let's do that. Let's buy some of these. How many do we need? 30. So 6, 12, 18. Is that enough? It doesn't seem like enough, but we'll do it. I'll fill everyone else in what's been happening while we were gone. Now, as you might have realized, I was bitching, complaining that the weather in my province has completely gone to shit, and it just like rained and got cold, and it was killing and making all my plants moldy. So I had no choice but to harvest them early. And when you harvest weed plants, it's like 80 hours worth of trimming. Like you literally got to sit there with scissors and trim for 80 hours. So yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. So I've really just been trimming weed for like the past like 3 days till like 2, 3 in the morning every night. I shouldn't say 3 days, probably 4 or 5 days now. So I literally had no free time at all. And the other thing I was doing, I was trying to get my travel vlog finished. So I was editing that and trimming weed. So I really had no time to record. And doing my regular day job and looking after my uncle. Yeah, so I just got swamped and had to take a break from recording. So sorry everyone that likes the daily episodes. I know I always promise to get back into doing daily ones again. I'll see what I can do when winter gets here. Because once I get a layoff from work... Hey Augusto, how's it going? How's the mic? Am I way too loud? Do I need to turn it down? That's what I'll fill everyone in on next. You'll never guess what happened. When I was doing the recordings, like even my podcast, I'm like, what the fuck? I got the microphone like an inch from my mouth. I'm yelling into it as loud as I can, and it's still coming out quiet. Like you can tell when I did my last podcast, my guest was way louder than me, even though I was like yelling into the microphone. And you know what the problem was? Windows 10 has like a million different setting options for the microphone. And I kept adjusting them, and it turned out they had another setting from the microphone buried in the settings that I finally found. And guess what it was at? 80%. So I had the microphone down 20%. So no wonders it was so quiet all the time. So yeah, now that I finally got the settings for that, I was like, finally, now when I talk, I can see my mic actually redlining. Where before I'd have to like scream into the computer in order for it to even get close to redlining. Yeah, so if I need to turn it down a little bit, just let me know. But I'll probably turn it down on this board. Let me try it here. High, low. I don't know. High, I could turn it down a little. Hello, 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 hello. That's not doing anything. Mic volume. Hello, 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 hello. Hello? There, that's not... Oh, that's... I don't know. I'll just leave it on... Wait. Try that. If it's super quiet now, just let me know. No, thanks everyone for tuning in. I know when I'm gone for a few days like that, I'm wondering if anyone's still going to be watching the show. Alright, we'll get those sent. Hey, we got a like too. Thanks everyone. No, I got some good news. We made it to the first 10 like episode for a live stream during my travel vlog. Surprisingly, my travel vlog was just raking in the likes. So someone won the Anubis amulet. I think it was even a Clone Evolution viewer who had tuned in. So he won a copy of the amulet. I got to get him to email me with his mailing address and I'll send it out. I was worried everyone was going to hate my travel vlog because, to be honest, I hated how it turned out. Like just the footage wise, so right when I went to start editing it, I knew it was going to be a rough go. But surprisingly, a lot of people liked it, so I was like, wow. It definitely gave me a boost of spirits, and my travel vlogging career might have a chance after all. Alright, so I'm trying to click this. I was thinking one of the tricks for the casino draw maybe is to hold the draw button for a few seconds and then release it. But I noticed when I tried that, it doesn't work half the time. Alright, so yeah, that's what my new plan is. I'm going to just buy get the lower class Sunstars hero. And then not have to wait forever. Oh, I even got enough for her. That's good. Yeah, because look, I had it set to, was it this chick? Where is she? I had it set there for weeks, and I only got 28 frags. And I set this one for, where is it? I set her for just like a couple days, and she reached 30 in no time. So I was like, holy fuck, man. The frags they give you for this blue one is way faster. So now what I can do is clone her up, and then if I want to make her to purple, I can just use the ones I buy from the store. So we finally have a solution to get the Sunstar heroes I need faster. Which is a shame because they had some really good heroes in the, what was it, that exchange event last time. And I didn't have enough Sunstar heroes to get them. And if I was using this trick, I would have. So sadly, too bad I didn't find it out a bit sooner. But better late than never, right? That's I figured. I'll be married to a hot babe one day. You just wait. It's just late. It won't be never. Alright. I don't know if anyone heard the big controversy in the news lately. I think I was going to discuss it a bit. You know that UFC champion, what's his name, Khabib, that retired undefeated? Never really fought anyone of a challenge, but he still retired undefeated. He didn't make weight a lot of times, and UFC kept cheating to allow him to compete because they loved him as a champion so much. Sort of how like Mike Tyson, they said that he rarely got drug tested because, yeah, boxing didn't want him to get drug tested. He was the star of the show. At one point, Mike Tyson even did a podcast where he's like, oh yeah, at one point he had like everything in his system. And he was so happy that they never tested him. I was like, wow. I wonder what his other fighters thought when they heard that, right? Like, they're like, fuck, man, I was fighting Mike Tyson. They didn't even drug test him. No, but anyways, Khabib, that UFC former star, he started his own fight league, and he said he's probably going to do it without any ring girls. I don't know if it's a bit of like the Muslim tradition. They don't really like to have scantily clad women dancing around half naked. And some of the UFC girls got upset saying, hey, this guy's being like sexist or whatever. And then other people are just arguing, while it is some people's cultures to have like more respect for women and not treat them like sex objects all the time. So it was quite the debate. Now I was thinking about it too, because when I was growing up, my friends always invited me to go to strip clubs with them. Not to watch them strip, but the guys wanted to go to watch other strippers. Girls, specify. You never know these days. But anyways, yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. But anyways, so yeah, I was always thinking, like, in the back of my mind, I didn't want to go because it seems so degrading to women. Like, I was thinking, what happens if it was someone in my family who became a stripper? Would I really be okay with a whole bunch of guys watching them dance and treating them like sex objects? But then as I got older, I started to meet like a lot of ex-strippers and talk to them about why they danced. A lot of them said they just really needed money and they're sort of blessed with like a really hot body. So it almost seems stupid not to dance because they had no objections to like dancing around the house naked. And they're like, hey, if I can do this and make money, why not, right? So then I started to realize, like, it kind of seems like if you have a daughter and all of a sudden she's going to get married, you're kind of realizing, hey, she's going to be getting involved with a guy and they're going to be making out, and you sort of feel uncomfortable about it because you're like, oh, you still think of them as like a family member or like a kid that's never going to grow up, but you kind of got to realize eventually women get older and yeah, they have their own lives. They're not really just your kid anymore. So that's when I started to kind of question whether or not I should have been so hard on strippers and be like, hey, if that's really what they want to do, then as long as someone's not forcing them to do it. That's the other thing I noticed too, is sometimes strippers get caught into the addiction habit where they make a whole bunch of money really fast. So when you get into that type of field of work where you just make so much money fast, it kind of fuels other addictions. Like you might become a raging alcoholic or a drug addict or sex addict, who knows. But then again, like, you really can't prevent people from having addictions. It's really something you got to learn to conquer. I don't know, learning to conquer addictions is like one of the toughest battles in life these days, it seems. Oh yeah, and I got some good news health-wise. Hey, Sugoma, welcome back. So I don't know, I think maybe I won't be so, what is it? Can't even think of the word. Old-fashioned, I guess I'll say, when it comes to strippers. It's like now, when someone says they're a stripper, I really don't hold it against them. If anything, I'm thinking of starting my own OnlyFans page. No, just kidding. No, I did start an OnlyFans page, but I don't have any nudes posted, in case anyone's wondering. So if you sign up hoping for nudes, don't get your hopes up yet. Now I figure I got to get into better shape, or my page will be a weight loss page. Any women that want to watch it can just totally lose their appetite. Like, hey, Paladin Gaming, how's it going, man? Welcome back to the chat. No, is my microphone doing okay? I've been doing some new mic tests. If it sounds too loud or quiet, just let me know. I can adjust it now, thankfully. Yeah, so I guess I get where Khabib's coming from. The idea of objectifying women as sex objects does seem pretty gross, but you gotta kind of live in the modern world and realize, hey, some women just do what they want to do. And like, really, they really do have, or even guys, have a limited window for when they can do it, right? So if you want to have fun doing something for like 10 years and then go back to being a mother or whatever it is, normal housewife or regular businesswoman, then yeah, it's like different phases you go through life. You can't really expect women to be in the same phase of their life their whole lives, right? Although I think I would still have little issues if like I had a daughter and she all of a sudden became a stripper. I'd be like, oh god. Then it would be a whole nother story, but yeah, eventually it's like if your daughter gets married, you kind of gotta let them go, do their own thing. Can't shelter people forever. Yes, victory. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to make up that Sunstar. Now I noticed we've been facing some really tough battles. I don't know if anybody's been doing the guild battles. The last few guild battles are facing like impossible teams. But it's kind of nice to see the type of teams I want to gear for in the future. I'm surprised someone even made a red star or a 3-star Tengu. Now I don't feel so bad about wasting mine to 2 stars. He really fucked up. Just kidding. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do in the game, is boost up some more Sunstar heroes fast. That's what I was thinking. I've always been lacking the Sunstar heroes. If anyone's got an idea of who's the easiest Sunstar hero to make red, that'd be good to know. Because then I can start focusing on making them and give Alice another boost. Make a Sunstar hero that we can actually consume. Oh yeah, and everyone, when I was doing that travel vlog, I had the worst nightmare I've ever had in my life. Like, actually scary nightmare. A lot of times I have nightmares and they like try to scare me, but I don't really find it very scary, and sometimes I'll even laugh. I'll be like, haha, that was kind of a neat little horror dream. Zombies trying to kill me or something. But this last nightmare I had was probably the freakiest nightmare I've ever had in my whole life, and it was so vivid. Like, when I woke up, I was like, oh my god, I don't even know if I could go back to sleep. It was that scary. Oh, it was actually so scary. You know how sometimes if you get a stuffy nose, anyone who's got sleep apnea, you've probably noticed this. If you don't exercise before bed, all of a sudden your nose will get tighter and tighter and tighter on the inside, and to the point where you can't even like squeeze a hot dog through. No, I'm just kidding. No, a Q-tip, I mean. No, so like, yeah, inactivity will seal your nasal passages to the point you can't breathe through your nose at night, and then it really sucks because if you're mouth breathing, you don't sleep very well. It's like sleep apnea. So what I started to do is I realized that if I went jogging or like did a whole bunch of like really cardio powerful exercises just before bed, it opens up your sinuses so that when you go to lay down, you can just breathe clearly. Not to offer medical advice, but... So what happened was, is during the dream, I was like so freaked out because I was like running and running in the dream and like really vigorous exercise while I was dreaming, that when I woke up, my sinuses were just like wide open, like I had just ran a marathon. So that was the only good thing about the nightmare. It's like I could breathe so clear. Now, if anyone's wondering what triggered the nightmare, I think it might be that damn Anubis amulet again. Ah, I farted. Suzibaka. I better be careful what I'm reading. Am I reading swear words in Japanese? I was trying to think, do I know any swear words in Japanese? I don't think so. Oh fuck, that's right. I watched a whole video on how to swear in Japanese. I had 2 or 3 of them memorized and now I forgot them. I'll have to brush up on that. No, so what happened was I was editing the travel vlog and I was dealing with like a lot of Freemason stuff in it, and I was kind of getting paranoid. I'm like, oh shit, should I really be releasing too much of this, or am I gonna get into trouble? Not that I am a Freemason, so I should be able to actually talk about it without too much trouble. But then when I went to bed, you'll never guess the nightmare I had. It was funny too, because I was rendering the video on my computer while I was sleeping, so I was sort of in the back of my mind thinking, oh, the video is going to be done in the morning, I'll be able to post it. And guess what the nightmare was? As soon as I went to bed, like minutes after falling asleep, I started dreaming that there was like this weird Men in Black type guy that was in our house, and he was like warning me. He's like, hey man, you don't want to release that travel vlog. I'm like, why? It's like just a travel vlog. And he's like, you're releasing too many of our secrets in it. He's like, if you release it, there's gonna be trouble. And I'm like, nah, I think I'm just gonna release it anyways. So then he starts like threatening me in the dream. He's like, no, I'm serious. He's like, don't release the fucking travel vlog. And I'm like, whatever, right? So then he starts like actually trying to hurt me. Like, hold me down on the ground and like stop me from moving. So I'm like, fuck this guy, right? So I like run out of the house and he starts chasing me. So this is where the dream started to get intense. So I'm like, man, I gotta lose this Men in Black guy. I figured the best way I could lose him is to go in a big crowd of people, right? So that everyone could see him chasing me. And usually the Men in Black, they like to try to operate in secret, not get a whole bunch of people to see what's going on. So I run onto a city bus. And I'm like, oh, the city bus, he's definitely not going to chase me onto that, right? So I'm on the bus, and I'm like, oh, thank God, he didn't chase me. And then all of a sudden he appears next to me on the bus. It's sort of like the Matrix movie, if anyone's seen the first one. How like the agents can just like appear as different people. Like there'll be a person on the bus and they just change into the Men in Black. Sort of like the agents. So this time, he's getting really mad. So he's like, what? You're not going to listen to me? He's like, you better not release that. And he starts just yelling and screaming right in my face, saying, you better not release the travel vlog. Better not release it. And then I'm like, alright. I'm like, fine, I won't release it, right? And then he's like, I don't believe you. I'm like, I want you to promise that you won't release it, right? So I'm like, fuck this shit. So when the bus actually pulled over in the dream, and everyone on the bus is like freaking out, like, why is this weird guy yelling at me? So I run off the bus, and I like run down this grass hill, and I start climbing fences into people's backyards. And then as I'm going through the backyards, I like test people's doors. I'm like, oh, maybe someone's back door is open. So I found someone with the back door open. Get your mind out of the gutter. And I went inside and I go into their basement, and then I like hide in one of their basement closets. And I was like, the Men in Black was like, he couldn't climb the fence as fast as me. So I was like able to lose him, and I'm like, oh, he didn't see me. And then what I realized is there was a passenger who was on the bus who started running and wanted to help me for some reason. So I'm like, well, that's a really weird thing. Like, this guy that wanted to help me is also hiding in the basement. So we're both like hiding in the basement. He's like hiding in a hallway, and I'm hiding in the closet. And he's like, just stay in the closet. I'll stay in the hallway and protect you, right? And then I'm like, don't worry, he didn't see us. There's no way he's gonna find us in some random person's house hiding in the basement. So then what happens is, all of a sudden, like, you know those movies where it's like a horror movie and someone's hiding in the closet, they're like looking out of the crack of the door. All of a sudden we can sense that the Men in Black is like upstairs in the house, and he's on his way down the stairs. And this time when he comes down the stairs, he's carrying a gun, or a weapon. I guess I shouldn't say it for YouTube. A video game weapon. So yeah, I think, yeah, YouTube was okay for hunting. So I'm sure the Men in Black had a hunting gun, and that's all he was doing. He was just hunting. He wasn't hunting people. It was a coincidence. But anyways, so I see that the Men in Black guy and the guy that's like in the basement of the hallway, they're like fighting for control of the weapon. Like, the one guy's like grabbing it, the Men in Black's like trying to push him away and grab the weapon, or try to keep the weapon. So I'm like, do I keep hiding in the closet like the guy said, or should I just jump out and try to help in the fight, right? So I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, kick open the door, and I run at the Men in Black, and we grab the gun out of his hand and disable him onto the ground. And the weirdest part, I was so pissed off at this Men in Black that I like grab him by the neck, and I just punched him as hard as I could right in the face. I've never even punched someone for real life in the face. It's like something I usually frown upon, even in real fights. I usually just do submission moves. So it's like, yeah, I was so surprised. I punched the Men in Black as hard as I could right in the face, and then made sure that he was unconscious, right? So I was like, okay, now we can escape. So what happens is, the guy that was helping me and we leave the person's house. We just leave the Men in Black in his basement unconscious, and we start running back towards the bus, because for some reason the bus didn't even pull away. It's like they called the cops or something, and we're waiting. So as I'm running away, all of a sudden I look back, and the Men in Black is back. He doesn't have his weapon anymore, but he has his mouth open, and he's like running after us with his mouth open. So I don't know, for some reason I took the weapon that I'd taken from the Men in Black, and I pointed it back at him and fired a few rounds, and they all missed. And I was like, shit, man, I gotta stop running and actually like aim at him, or I'm not gonna be able to hit him. So I stop and I aim right for his head, and I should have guessed this was gonna happen. I fired at him, and he does that like Yoshi thing where he starts inhaling a lot, and all of a sudden all the bullets I fired at him went right into his mouth. I was like, oh my god. And then he goes like this, and he blows all the bullets back, and they just zoom past my head at like Mach speed. I was like, holy shit, I better not fire any more rounds at this Men in Black guy. And then that's actually when I woke up. I was like, oh god. So as I woke up, my heart was just racing, and my nostrils were like super wide open, because like I guess I've been running in the dream for like a good hour. And then yeah, I just kept thinking, oh god, maybe I shouldn't release that travel vlog. Because I was like, maybe this dream was a sign of like, hey, maybe there is a little bit too many secrets in it, shouldn't release it. But yeah, I did anyways when I woke up. Because that was the thing, when I usually get bullied in real life, I learned never to give in. Sort of like always stand up for yourself, and if someone tells you not to do something or orders you, I usually go against the grain. I know in some cases it's not always a good idea, but... yeah, and that was the other thing. When I woke up like that from the dream, there was I didn't even have the guts to check. There was someone in front of my house in a car just like revving their engine. So I was like, oh fuck, right? Are the Men in Black actually outside of my house in real life? But thankfully, I didn't even have time to like get up and look out the window, because I was kind of like, I don't care. Even if they are out front, unless they come inside the house, I'm not going to let them intimidate me. So what happened is the car just does one of those burnouts where it like peels out in front of my house. And then you know the Formula 1 engine cars, like the ones that are like really high pitched and echo, it does that engine noise, and I could hear it driving for like miles away, just like peeling out. I was like, holy shit. I'm thinking it was just a coincidence, but then I went back to bed and the dream continued where the Men in Black were warning me to not release the travel vlog, and I'm like, fuck off, guys. Like, really? You can keep bugging me to not do it, and I'm probably just going to do it more. It's like, if you really want me not to release it, you should probably tell me to. Because then I'll be like, oh, you're telling me to do something, are you? Maybe I'll go against you. No, so far so good. I released the travel vlog, and I haven't got any real Men in Black threats, and the video is still posted, and everyone's liked it so far. I think like 12 likes or something, so yeah, we're doing pretty good. I figured it was just my own subconscious, because I was very afraid that when I released that travel vlog that everyone would hate it, and my whole dream of becoming a travel vlogger would be crushed. So I was thinking that's probably what it was. It wasn't really a Men in Black warning, it was just my subconscious expressing how freaked out I was that everyone was going to hate the vlog. I was just so disappointed with the travel vlog because I had really high expectations when I was filming it, and when all the footage didn't turn out right, I was so disappointed. But then I got to figure, it's like, hey, it's my first travel vlog. I can't be freaking out that it's not perfect. I got to just accept that it's going to have a lot of flaws and try to improve on them as I make more. Can't just be freaking out. But what a wild dream. I've never had that, like firing a weapon at someone's face, and then have them just inhale the bullets and then fire them back at you. It kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball. I think I seen that episode of Dragon Ball. Was that Majin Buu that could do that? I'm trying to remember who. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't, yeah, like the cops fired bullets at Majin Buu in one episode, and he did that. Hailed the bullets and shot them back at them. Or maybe it was the agents from the Matrix. Or it could be a bunch of movies. But to actually see it happen, like, in, well, I guess not real life, but dream life, it was so intense. No, and then, yeah, the second night I was thinking about releasing it, and I didn't have any issues. Actually, the dream I had was that Joe Rogan got me on his show. So I had a whole dream that I was, like, talking on Joe Rogan's show. I was like, wow, that'd be a dream come true. Oh yeah, and that was the funny part of the Joe Rogan dream. He like had a studio where he wrote everyone's name down that had been on the show, and he wrote my name and spelt it wrong. So I was like, come on, Joe, can't you even spell my name right? I was like, I don't care, at least I'm on there. Oh yeah, did everyone hear the big Nobel Prize award? I know, like, I follow like a lot of advanced physicists, so I was like, hey, what are they talking about? A lot of them were pissed off about the Nobel Prize winner. So I was like, well, who won and what did they win for? And it turned out the physics prize, they gave it away to someone who is proving that we're going through global warming. It's like a whole bunch of false data and all this crap. So it's like, oh my god, that's why they're all pissed. The goddamn global warming people won the prize. That's what I noticed lately. Like, everyone's pushing the global warming idea, but we broke records for the South Pole being the coldest winter in recorded history. The ice growth is like the highest it's been in like 50 years or something. So I was like, dear God, they gave away this Nobel Prize for like global warming. The exact opposite is occurring. Like, I know Europe had a bad heat wave, but it wasn't the whole summer. Like, most of the summer ended up turning out being cold and wet. So when they did the average temperature, it actually worked out way colder than normal, even though they broke some heat records. That's why you gotta watch the government, man. Every time they got an agenda, they'll just take all the data and cherry pick little pieces of it that support their evidence. I do it all the time too. But yeah, that's what they're really good at. They'll cherry pick evidence and then try to make a theory and try to use that little bit of cherry picked evidence to support it. Hey, Old Singer, how's it going, man? Or Stinger. Yeah, if anyone has time to log on to my travel vlog, give it an extra like. Really appreciate it. I don't know, like I'm editing part 2 to it right now, so I'm like, as much boosts of like encouragement as I can get, the better. Although I got so many already that I was tempted not even to record the gaming show and just get right back into the editing, but I figure I've been jonesing to record Clone Evolution so badly that I should do this. Oh man, this Alice is so hard to kill. Yeah, so I'm trying to think, what other big news was there in gaming? There was some news. Pat and Ian were talking about some NES prototype got put on eBay, and the guy that was the weird part. Pat and Ian called him like a scumbag reseller of the week or whatever. But I was like, dear God, how do you know it's not like some guy who's trying to support his family, maybe lost his job during the lockdown? Like, can you blame him for trying to sell something that's rare and make money off of it? Like, why does it make him a scumbag? But anyways, yeah, so the guy was selling this like NES cartridge that had never been released to the public, and he was trying to say that the ROM had never been dumped or publicly released to make it extra rare. But then apparently the guy that he bought the cartridge from was actually screwing him over, where I guess he sold the cartridge to some guy, told him that it was never dumped so that he could sell it to him for a higher price. And then after he bought it from him and tried to resell it on eBay, the guy went and dumped the file so that it lowered the value after he sold it to him. So I was like, if anything, I think the guy that was the original owner of that cartridge was the scumbag. He sold it to someone and then lowered the value right after he did. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Pat and Ian are right, and the guy that was trying to resell it on eBay was just in it for the money, and he's rich already. He didn't really need it for anything. But yeah, I think the way they call him a scumbag is because he hadn't dumped the file yet. But I was thinking that really makes sense. If you want to keep something's value up, why would you dump the file right away? I kind of notice that's the communist approach to everything, where everything should be free for everyone, but not to say all of communism's bad. There are some parts of communism I like. Excuse me, it's just waiting in line for bread that doesn't appeal to me. Might help my diet though. Oh yeah, that was the good news. I finally got to the root of the problem. Remember I was having those bad stomach issues? A lot of blood coming out of areas that they shouldn't be. Everyone was trying to tell me, like, check to see if it's hemorrhoids. Check to see if it's hemorrhoids. Because I know my dad's had a lot of hemorrhoid issues, so I kind of like inherited that. But normally I've had hemorrhoids and they never bleed. So I was like, alright, it's definitely not hemorrhoids. And normally they're on the outside. Sorry for getting too graphic. But I was like, there's no way it can be internal ones because I'm not doing anything that would cause hemorrhoids. And then I found out I was doing something that causes hemorrhoids. Because I started to realize that any milk or dairy products, that sort of thing, When I eat those, the blood got way, way worse. And when I ate rice, it got way, way better, to the point where I didn't even have any blood, and I was like, oh, I'm back to normal. But then as soon as I got back into the milk, boom, all the blood started coming again. So I was like, there's no way that hemorrhoids are connected to drinking milk. So I looked it up today. Guess what it says? Like, if you have hemorrhoids, do not drink milk. It makes it much, much worse. I was like, oh, no wonders. Here I was thinking hemorrhoids and milk had no connection, but yeah, and same thing. If you want to cure hemorrhoids, you got to eat lots of high fiber foods like rice and whole grains. I was like, oh, that's what I've been doing to actually cure it. So hopefully that's all it is hemorrhoids. I might actually cancel the colonoscopy because now I got it under control, where I know I can just not eat milk, and all of a sudden my stomach's back to normal. The only shitty thing I was kind of thinking is like, man, I love milk. So I really got to find a way to cure these so that I don't actually have to keep stopping drinking milk. That'd be nice. Yeah, sorry for being so graphic, but at least it's some good news. That's where I was thinking, like, hey, I might not be on the verge of death after all. Woohoo! Hey, life's so uncertain. We could all be on death's doorstep and we don't even know it, right? You don't even have health problems. Your bus could go off a mountain. You never know, right? Not to be so grim, but yeah, life is always dangerous. Very rarely is life safe. That's always laugh at the stay safe thing. It's like, really? Life is already so dangerous. How the hell are we going to stay safe? Oh god, man, this battle is going forever. And if I hit skip, I'll just all die. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to come back with this battle after round 50 is up. I'm going to swap out a hero. We'll take out Sekhmet and we'll bring in, what's his name? Monk. So we'll be able to hit these people harder. And if we can hit them harder, hopefully it'll kill them. Or if anyone's got an idea, what can I do to beat Alice here? Maybe Sekhmet isn't the right one to bring out. Maybe I should take out Genie and add in Monk for him. Has anyone got an idea how to beat it? Yeah, so not to offer medical advice, but if anyone's like all of a sudden wondering why they got blood coming out of places and if their diet seems to affect it, like eating more grains helps and milk makes it worse, found out that's one of the major things of hemorrhoids. And who knows, I guess you can get hemorrhoids inside and out. It's pretty nasty. No, my dad's hemorrhoids got so bad he actually had to go for surgery, so I was like, oh god, maybe I'm reaching that point. Let's hope not. Other than the blood though, there was like no bad symptom. Well, I shouldn't say. The one time I actually did get really weak and sore from it, but that was when I just kept drinking milk all the time and it just kept getting worse and worse. I bet you what happened is I let it get so out of control by drinking milk all the time that it was probably causing an infection on the inside. So then once I stopped the blood and I was able to heal, that's when all of a sudden I started feeling better again. Now, has anyone else ever had weird dreams like that where it's like, man, you're getting chased by the men in black? That was such an intense dream. That's one thing I noticed with quitting weed this month. It's actually been like, what, 4 or 5 weeks now. And I still haven't corrected the chemical imbalance where my dreams are just so vivid and clear every night. Normally it goes away after a few weeks, so I don't know what's going on. Someone was saying the solar cycles can affect it sometimes. Maybe that's what it is. Alright, let's try bringing in Monk and we'll just test it, see if it works. Maybe Monk will do the trick here. Yeah, I bet you Sekhmet will still be good. We just need Monk's extra attack power. And we don't really need Genie's extra shield, because I don't think any of these heroes are strong enough to kill us. Famous last words. Oh, there we go. There's Alice down to half. Come on, Suzo. Tear her a new one. Oh, come on. Barely even hurt her. Fuck. Yeah, so if anyone does get the Anubis amulet copies off me, if we make it up to 10 likes in this episode, I'll give another one away. And how I'll do it is I'll add everyone's name who types in Anubis into the chat, but it won't start until we reach 10 likes. If we can reach 10 likes, then we'll do a giveaway. I'll start giving away video games later. I gotta get rid of some of these Anubis amulets first, because I've had so many of them for so long. There we go, victory, did it. Just beware that I don't know if it's those that are affecting my dreams. Because that's one thing I noticed about demonology. If you ever research demons, a lot of cases how demons work is they involve dreams. Like they can affect your dreams. Like attack you while you're sleeping. Sort of like Freddy Krueger. I bet you that's where the movie Freddy Krueger got all that stuff from. Is they realize that demonology has a long history of that, where demons can actually attack you in your dreams. There we go, another victory. I think I'm gonna bring Jeannie back though, because we're getting our asses wiped and not in a good way. Alright, let's try. See if Jeannie can help restore our health. No, so far the only person who won an Anubis amulet hasn't actually contacted me to give me their mailing address. So just make sure if you enter and you want to win the amulet, you have to be okay with giving me your mailing address. And don't worry, I won't keep the mailing address. I'll just destroy it or delete it or whatever. Won't destroy your address, just the records of it. I'll come to your house and destroy it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I'm not like keeping a big record of where all the hot babe viewers live. Although I wish I could. No, just my luck. I bet you all the hot babe viewers live far, far away. Actually, I think one of them lives about 666 kilometers away from my house. So that's the closest one yet. Not that I know her exact address. I just know the general area she lives in. No, when I was looking into buying a house that was like haunted, and I looked how far away it was from where I lived. It turned out to be 666 kilometers away. I was like, what are the odds of that? No, and she lives close to my house up north, so that's how I was like, yeah. It's kind of an ominous sign. Boom. Come on, finish off the bearded guy. That's what she said. I wish. Alright, we got one more to the gold chest. Alright, before we do the gold chest battle, let's do some Darwin evolution. Because we got the fragments to do it, let's do it. Clear up some room in the inventory. Alright, I think I cloned up the other girl. Yeah, we did. So we just gotta clone up 3 of these. Holy shit, perfect ratio. 5 viewers and 5 likes. Maybe the louder microphone is helping. I figured it would a little because, man, my mic kept going so low. And it turned out it was fucking Windows 10. I don't know how, like, Windows 10 for some reason has so many menus within menus within menus. You can turn up one and it's just not going to work because you didn't get the right one. It's like, come on. Just have one volume button. That's all I want. Why does it have to be menu after menu after menu? And it was because I was doing the video editing that I realized. Every time I tried to do the recording for the voiceovers, I could scream into the microphone as loud as I could barely hear it. So I'm like, what the fuck? I know it's not the microphone. I've tried like 10 different mics. So I looked up in Windows 10, like a YouTuber, and he explained it. He's like, go into this option. So I went into this menu within menu within menus and finally found one. And it was at 80%. So my mic was down 20%. Couldn't fucking believe it. Oh, that reminds me. Did everyone hear the wild news about Discord? I know a lot of people have been saying, or not Discord, what is it called? The big streaming platform, Twitch, that's it. So people are like, Leland, why don't you get your Twitch page going again? Because I used to do Twitch live streams. I noticed that like something was a little funny with Twitch. I was like, as much as I liked them, I was like, I still think YouTube was the better way to go. So that's why I decided to stick with YouTube. Could be a mistake in the long run, but... So I kind of realized that. I'm like, hey, something's wrong with Twitch. I'm not sure I really want to invest all my time into Twitch because shit's just going to go wrong. Oh, this is the robots. So what happened is Twitch started to ban people for no reason off their platform. And I guess one of the people that they banned turned out to be a hacker. So he got really pissed when they fucking banned his account. Oh, we got no blue ones left? Son of a whore. Oh wait, we might have anyways. So what he did is he hacked the shit out of Twitch. And he posted all of the hackings onto Pirate Bay. So there's a Pirate Bay file out there that you can download. And you can get everyone's Twitch passwords. So he was trying to warn people. One of the guys I was watching a show. I think it was Rich at Review Tech. He's got a pretty good show. So he's saying if anyone ever created a Twitch account, be careful. Because now your password has been shared publicly with everyone. So some people that create the same password and use it for like 10 different things, they're at like high risk now because someone's going to have their password for Twitch and then they could use it to hack other things. So I don't know what else they posted. Something about they posted all the earnings so that everyone at Twitch has been disclosed how much they make money-wise now. Which I always thought was public information to begin with. I didn't even know you couldn't find that out. See? This way we got the gold Sunstar to purple way faster. Like it was going to take me months to make it the other way. So yeah, now we can make these Joan characters much quicker. That's good news. Can she upgrade to red? I don't think so. Let's check. Man, if she could upgrade to red, that'd be fat. Or gold. Now let's just switch this. Hey, Alt Stinger says no. I already forget the question I asked. Oh yeah, I asked if she could upgrade. He says no, she cannot. That's not so bad though, because I really just need extra purple Sunstars. So when that fucking exchange event comes back, I can actually exchange. Not that I have no Sunstars to exchange with. Oh yeah, and when I make Arena Girl, I'm going to need some Sunstars for that. So let's check. How many do we need? Because yeah, the plan is to make Arena Girl to gold. Where is she? Looking right at her. I can't see her. Ah, there she is. Yeah, so we're going to need 2. So I'll have to make 2 Joan of Arcs. That's no problem. I can just keep using this trick now. Yeah, so what I'll do is once we get this guy, the next Son of the Black Hole, we'll be able to boost up Arena Girl to gold. And then once we have that gold Arena Girl, I'm going to link her in DNA. Does anyone remember whose DNA she is? I think it's this girl's. Yeah, once we get hers, then we'll have the Hammer of Life. We'll be increasing our critical rate by 20% and critical damage by 30%. So that's going to be hugely epic for Suzo. I think Suzo is really going to be tearing people a new one once he gets this boost added to the team. So I'll have to remember to keep Suzo in the rear row, but I always do that anyway, so shouldn't be that bad thing to remember. Holy fuck, look how weak I've got her shit, eh? Well, let's boost her DNA plan. That's really bad. Alright, so this one I want to keep locked because that is a really good dodge increase and attack increase. We'll go with the perfect variation. And it's going to cost us 300 or 100 purple jewels. That's not so bad. We got lots of these things. So let's try one. Oh fuck, man. Is that even worse? That's like the exact same thing except worse. You son of a... I'm so happy these days. I can't believe my travel vlog wasn't a complete tank. Normally, a lot of projects I do just tank, so... Yeah, my spirits are boosted today. See, the men in black tried to stop me, but hey, I defeated them. No, like my friends were saying that I told about the dream. They're like, oh, don't worry. That just sounds like a ridiculous dream. But let's hope. Not that the men in black get me tonight. I shouldn't keep joking after a dream like that. Oh God, why do they keep giving me garbage, right? It's horrible. Alright, so I like this. The dodge one is nice. That's a huge increase in dodge, right? Alright, we'll just keep it like that for now. Even though it's not much better than this, but... The extra hit point percentage, that's pretty good. Because a lot of times enemies just dodge my attacks, but... Really, she's not even an attacker. So what am I talking about? She doesn't need extra hit. Oh fuck, it cost 300 that time. Oh well, at least that's good enough for now. Alright, so at least Freya's DNA is looking significantly better. We just boosted her dodge. I don't know, is there a cap for dodge? Like you can only go so much higher? Like dear God, we're getting close to 100% better dodge. An attack is now up to 37% stronger. I can't remember what it was at before. Maybe it was at that already, but... Alright, let's see how badly we screwed the gems. I really wish they showed our gems while we were doing that. Oh, we still got over 10 grand, so that's good. Alright, what should we work on? We got that finished, got that finished. Oh, I know what we can do, the arena battles. Alright, let's beat the last expedition. Oh, we got a whole nother expedition. Think we can beat this one? I don't see too many difficult heroes other than that Red Riding Hood. You gotta watch her sometimes, eh? People made fun of her as not being a good hero, but I noticed lately she just keeps kicking my ass. Without even a red star. Holy shit, we made it up to 6 likes. We get 4 more likes for giving away Anubis amulet. If anyone's wondering what the Anubis amulet looks like, we actually got one of the plastic ones that I give away right here. It's a 3D scan, made this from the best lab in Toronto. A scan of the actual original amulet. No one knows for sure if it is a legitimate Anubis amulet because it's been in my family for like over, I guess, half a fucking century now. Dear God. But yeah, so the original has been in my family for that long, and we found it in the ruins of like a really old house, possibly hundreds of years old. I guess the house would probably be, yeah, from the remains of it. I could show a picture of what the house looks like that it came from. Oh God, I was gonna say, am I gonna show boobs on the screen by accident? We're all good. That's the one thing about doing live streams. I'm like, oh fuck, am I accidentally gonna show pictures of boobs? I sure hope not. I have no idea how they got on my computer. Must be a damn virus. That reminds me, I was watching Joe Rogan's show, and he's like all freaked out about people getting a copy of his web browsing history. He's like, no, I never want to share my browser history. I'm like, dear God, Joe, like what's in that browser history that you're so afraid of? I know that no one wants to really share their browser history, but he's like terrified of it. But I was thinking Joe Rogan used to be the host of Fear Factor. And he's the guy who watched like 2 Girls, 1 Cup and actually liked it. So I can imagine like once you're the host of Fear Factor for that long, you're probably watching some pretty wild stuff on the internet to still get kicks from it. Not to make fun of Joe or anything. Still want to get on a show. I should stop ripping him. Alright, there we go. Alright, now let's show the house that the amulet came from. Now, if anyone knows Joe Rogan, make sure I only say nice things about him. Now, some days I worry about my browser history, but it's not that bad. At least it's all legal. At least I can say that. Well, maybe other than the pictures of weed. I know, like, Facebook is really strict about pictures of weed. I actually got into Facebook jail because I posted a picture of a pot plant. I was like, dear God, man, it's like I'm in Canada for shit's sakes. It's even legal here. Why the hell am I in Facebook jail for a picture of a fucking pot plant? But yeah, so you got to be careful with even weed. You can get in trouble with pictures of that. I was going to share some pictures on Discord, and that's what I was thinking. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't, because who knows, they're probably against weed as well. Right, so there's the 3D scan that I got of the Anubis amulet in Toronto. You can see how it's almost identical to the original. So when I got the plastic versions made, like this one, they cost me about 40 bucks each, and the scan was like $1,000. So I pretty much spent like $2,000 making these. I know it sounds ridiculous. For some reason, I was really dumb, and I thought people would like it as much as me, and they would want copies of it, but it turned out no one wanted them. So I was like, oh, I made all these copies for nothing. Well, I think I met 1 or 2 people that liked it, and I gave them copies, but who knows if they even kept it. And I asked them if they got cursed from the ones I gave them, and so far so good, no curses. So I think really when it comes to curses, it's if you believe it's cursed or not, it can have a big effect. So if you don't really believe in curses, you're probably okay. Alright, so what else did I want to show? Oh yeah, the house that the amulet came out of. Yeah, so this is a picture of the house that my grandparents bought when they moved to Canada. Well, I shouldn't say moved to Canada. I think they lived somewhere else in the province for a while first, and then they bought this farmhouse. You can see this farmhouse is definitely not in new shape. Let's show a better picture of it. Now, can you imagine my grandparents when they moved to the farm? They had no electricity, no running water, and no well. So my grandfather had to like set up like a cistern. I don't know if anyone's heard of those before. I think what it is, a cistern was like some sort of rainwater collector. So when it rained, it would collect a whole bunch of water, and then you'd basically have rainwater for your source of water in a big plastic jug. Which isn't healthy. Like my grandfather ended up dying of cancer really young, so I can't help but wonder if like drinking stuff out of plastic all the time was actually contributing to that. Oh yeah, and I found out that the pool that he had built, he had like a water tube hooked up to the pool, and I found out later that the tube he used actually was very carcinogenic as well. So anyone that was swimming in that pool water on a regular basis, they didn't even know they're getting exposed to carcinogens. So I don't know if that's really what caused my grandfather's cancer. I don't know. So I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. That's what she said. Yeah, so when you're looking at a house that's like that old, and that was like in the 1950s or something, or it might even been older than that. Yeah, it was probably around the 1940s that they moved in, and the house was already that old, and it was found in the ruins of it. Like there was actually a place that you're supposed to store amulets according to Egyptian legends, and that's where they found it. So I was like, whoa, that's really weird too. And apparently the house was haunted to a certain degree. I never noticed any haunting when I stayed there, but a few of the other family members, they said, oh yeah, the house was haunted really bad. Yeah, so can you imagine my grandparents moving into a farm that looked like that? That must have been such a wild experience. And then trying to raise like 8 kids there. No, my grandparents used to tell me stories about that. They didn't even have enough food, like money for food. So unless you grew your own food, you really didn't have anything to eat. So I was like, that would have been fucked up, right? Like you live on a farm, whatever you're going to grow is what you're going to have to eat. I know our generation, we always talk about how we have it so rough and stuff. And then I'm like, hear what my grandparents went through. I'm like, holy shit, right? It's like, that must have been a real wild ride. Like here we're talking about can't afford a house. They're talking about, well, you had to build your own house. Couldn't even really hire people to help build the house because, well, I guess maybe you could, but you'd have to be rich to hire someone, and no one had enough money, so you had to like build your own house, set up your own water collecting system, grow your own food. Sort of like what the off-gridders do these days. But you had no choice. So I know we got a lot of student debt, and it's like impossible to build a house. But if you really wanted to, you could just abandon the expensive cities we live in, go buy property in the middle of nowhere. Someone was telling me in the States, there's still states that you can buy an acre for $1,000. So depending how far you want to go away from the city, you could just buy an acre and then be like my grandparents and just build everything from scratch. So when we complain that we don't really have the same opportunities as previous generations or like the boomer generation, really we still do. We just have to do it all on our own, just like they did. It's the whole like modern city life where everyone gets accustomed to everything handed to you. Like you can just go to the store, buy stuff, that we start expecting like housing that'd be super cheap and just given to us. Probably because our parents, like I don't know, like the 80s generation, like my parents had me in the 70s, and that was back like if you got a city job, you could like, or even the post office, you could like work part-time and like pay off a house in a year just on one income and have a car, a fucking giant house. So there was kind of like one generation that had like easy street, but I think it went like shit. One generation of easy street and then back to shit. So we kind of just look at that one generation that had it easy and we're like, oh, why can't we have it that easy? And then it's like, well, that easy generation was the laziest fucking expecting everything handed to them generation. Do we really want to be that generation? I'd almost rather be in a generation where, yeah, it's fucking hard as hell. You got to try hard to succeed in life. You can't just get a house handed to you unless you live in like states and you elect Bernie Sanders. I will tax the rich. Nah, I shouldn't make fun of Bernie's plan to tax the rich, because I look at Bill Gates and how much destruction he's caused on the planet trying to make all of his billions. Like even my province alone, or country, he's like devastated our country with like lawsuits and stuff. He's always ripping people off, stealing all of our land and resources. I know he does it legally, but it's usually like he fights our country in court for years, even decades, and then eventually gets all of our resources. But who knows? Maybe Bill Gates is one of those guys. He has good intentions. He just ends up backfiring a lot. Now I think, what else do I got for the Anubis amulet? I got one thing on how to store the amulet. See if I got it here. No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one either. You can see there is a lot of cursed amulets that look very similar, so if you're believing in curses, you might want to be careful. Now that's why I was comparing it to like different Anubis statues that have been found, and there is quite a few that look very similar. That's why I was thinking maybe it actually is a... Oh, here it is, the Book of the Dead. So this is actually where the amulet we have was found. It was found on a brick, and it was facing east, I believe. So that's how you're supposed to store the amulet, according to the Book of the Dead, spell 151. So if you do get a copy of the amulet, just be careful. You might want to follow the instructions on how to store it, because if you're not careful... I don't know, some people that talked about the Anubis amulet when it goes wrong when you have it, is one person reported like a lot of weird like voices being heard in like hallways, and then they run to the hallway and no one's there, and it often sounds like language like no one could understand. So yeah, that's kind of weird, right? Oh yeah, and then nightmares. Like if you have prone to nightmares and you get the Anubis amulet, all of a sudden you get weird, worse nightmares, you might just want to get rid of the amulet. I know I've definitely started to get way worse, weird, demonic nightmares since I got it, so... Normally they're warnings though. Like if I start dreaming about demons, normally the next day is when I'll start encountering demonic activity, and I'll sort of be wary of it. I'll be like, holy shit, I know that there's a warning sign about demons today. So I'll keep an eye out for them, and yeah, lo and behold, it's happened a few times already. But luckily, nothing with that last Men in Black dream, although it did seem very demonic. Alright, we're making some progress here. Holy shit, this is a hard team to kill. Blyfell, Alice, and Genie. Too bad we don't have Blyfell, right? Now I'll try to get out of the Anubis Amulet talk. I know I get carried away. We lost half the viewers during that discussion. No, I think what it is too is, man, this battle is intense, and I don't think we're going to beat it. It's going to take 50 rounds for fuck's sakes. We're just not killing them, right? I'll have to swap out Genie and put in a Monk again. And I can't just skip it, because if I do, then all of a sudden our whole team will be dead. So what I'll do, let's get some of the break stuff finished, and while this battle keeps going. So we'll come right back. Let's check out the patrons. Alright, thanks again, Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, and Travis, and everyone else a patron. Really appreciate it. Oh yeah, I was checking the patron. I think we've reached near raising 50 bucks. So I'm going to use that money, I'm pretty sure, and put it towards the show. And I've got a few ideas of how I could spend it. I have to be careful what I say, because, oh yeah, it's YouTube money. YouTube money are not supposed to fundraise stuff for, but I think Patreon, you're okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to do with the Patreon money is I'm going to use it for, hopefully, if I can, a new embroider machine. So I'll be able to make Lelanders merch and actually make it myself. So, and if anyone else has ideas for merch that they want to see me offer in the store, just let me know, and we'll see if we can add it to it as well. The printer is looking around 600 bucks, so we got a ways to go to save up for it, but I'll definitely pitch in some of my money too. No, I'm gonna have to trim my beard. I noticed I got a bad curl that's starting. Gotta trim that sucker out. Alright, anyways, so the patrons list and Society 6, finishing quick, is my specialty. Saying that comes on t-shirts and bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. Hydro TV, it'll pay you to watch videos. Swagbucks pays to shop. GameKit will pay you to try games. And free Bitcoin. It's a wallet system for crypto. And just remember, if you're a gambling addict, stay away from the actual crypto gambling parts, because they do offload casinos on those free wallets. Bet Fury and free Bitcoin. But they also have loot boxes where you can just open a loot box that's free, get tiny bits of crypto, put it in the wallet, and it just keeps building bigger and bigger. And if you do the referrals for any of the content you're creating and add it in the referral links too, God, the referral links for Bet Fury are freaking insane how fast it goes up. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone who's doing that. It's awesome. What else is there? Oh yeah, the virtual made sex machine. It's for adults and men only, but if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. No, my weight loss hasn't been going good. Actually, ever since October started, I was like, yeah, sober October, I'm going to be able to kill the weight loss. And then I keep forgetting that I don't have the chemical imbalance from quitting weed anymore. So I'm starting to get my full appetite back, and it's hard as hell not to eat so much. So I did phase out the booze, so I'm wondering if maybe booze not being in there is going to make up for extra eating a little. Let's hope. Yeah, it'd be nice to reach my weight goal. Man. Alright, so let's see. What else do we got? Oh yeah, the coupon code. 10 bucks off for a purchase of 150 or more. Just put in Lying BS. That's LYNBSN. It's not Lying BS. It's actually a real product. They have shipped me one. All I had to do was send them money. No, I never had the coupon code when I bought it, so I paid full price. Oh yeah, and I checked online to see if Virtual Mate's still in operation. They are, and they're still doing updates. I don't know if they've added any new models soon. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the only model they started with was like a computer-generated one, so it'd be kind of neat to actually have real models, but yeah, we'll see how that goes in the future. Alright, let's get back to the game. Oh yeah, and my website, I'm planning before Christmas to get a whole bunch of updates added to that, including the patron song. So yeah, we're really running out of time. That's what I love about Sober October. It's getting me caught up on a lot of my goals. Even Sober September. Yeah, like when you think about all the goals that I wanted to accomplish with my sobriety, so far I've gotten the travel vlogs, a few of them done, or did I just get one done? I at least got one done. I got the computer review video done. What else did I get done? Oh yeah, some of the weight loss. I definitely lost like 25 pounds already, so at least that's a good chunk of weight off. I know some people that are like 100 pounds are like, oh my god, you lost 25 pounds, but it's like I'm 6'2", so it's like when I lose 25 pounds, it's not really that big of a chunk of my total body weight. Alright, now we can come back and tear him a new one. Let's take out Genie, put in Monk, see if that makes a difference. What other goals did I accomplish? Oh yeah, I wanted to get back into dating, and I did meet a whole bunch of nice women. The only issue is I ran out of completely ran out of free time. So I kept promising girls that I was going to meet them for dates, and yeah, didn't work out. Which is really kind of sad. I got to prioritize better. No, trying to do your whole life on your own can get pretty difficult. So yeah, if I had a woman in my life, I don't know, I'd have to try to meet one that helped me accomplish my goals and not made them harder to accomplish, and then we'd have a perfect relationship. Boom. That's what I was thinking, like one of these days I'll meet a woman that has shared oh yeah, we took out Genie. Similar interests and similar goals of stuff they want to do. I noticed I kept meeting a couple women who are into live streaming, so I was like, yeah, if I keep meeting women that are into live streaming, that should help. Because I was like, maybe we could just collaborate on projects, and it wouldn't be like, oh, I have to stop live streaming so I can watch TV with someone. Because I'm not really a big TV watcher, so I think this entire year, like for, what is it, 2021, I've maybe watched a total of 3 hours TV. I know I used to be more into sports, but I can't even stand watching sports anymore. Like a lot of the sports I was watching just got so political and so boring, so ruined by leftist ideology that I can't even watch them anymore. So it's like I took the only shows I had left and lost those too. Not that all leftist ideology is bad, but what they did to hockey is just brutal. I don't know if anyone's known what happened to hockey over the years. Hockey used to be the most dangerous sport on the planet. Like if you ever like wanted to pick a sport for your kid to go into, hockey would be the absolute worst. You would never want your kid to play hockey. So what happened was leftists, they tried to make everything safer and safer and safer. Hockey's gotten so safe now that people are like, yeah, I'll put my kids in hockey. Why not, right? It's so safe. But as great as that sounds, like a safe sport, it's just not fun to watch anymore. It'd be kind of like if they took like the crashes out of NASCAR, or if they took hitting out of football. I turn on hockey and I'm like, dear God, it's like I'm watching figure skating, for God's sakes. So I really can't even watch it. It's gotten that boring. And I used to make fun of like migrants who would come here and watch soccer. I'm like, dear God, why the hell would you watch soccer when we have such an entertaining sport as hockey? And then I started to realize why. I was like, man, hockey sucks now. Now how can I blame anyone for liking soccer better when I can't even watch hockey? Fucking sucks. If anyone's wondering like what really changed in hockey they used to like not wear helmets, right? So when they took slap shots with this puck, and people that don't know hockey in Canada, we're not talking like a rubber ball, we're not talking like a tennis ball. How hockey worked is you have a puck, it's like that big around, almost like the size of your, like good chunk of your head, and it's like that thick, like really thick puck, and it's rock hard. Like it was like rubber, but they put it in the freezer so that it would freeze solid and become like hard as a rock. So if you got hit with that and in the face or the head and you weren't wearing a helmet, there was a good chance you would die. And it was happening all the time. Like they had like stretchers ready, ambulances parked right at the entrance of the game, because they knew like, man, there's going to be a couple players that are like going to be almost dead by the end of this match. That's like hence why you didn't want your kids to sign up for it. Oh yeah, and without all that safety gear, they used to get guys' necks cut wide open with the skates. So it's like people would be running to the benches and they'd be like holding their neck together while fucking blood is spraying out. It's like, that was fucking dangerous as hell, right? I know it sounds horribly graphic and stuff, but man, was it entertaining to watch. It was sort of like the Roman gladiator days. Alright, so the game crashed. Let's go get the commercial for the vaporizer. We'll be right back. Right, welcome back everyone. Then the game is loaded, and I loaded on this screen because I was thinking about what to buy here. One of the things I'm tempted to buy is this, because we get a whole bunch of DNA. What, we would get over 1,000 DNA? And that sounds pretty good, but I was thinking what's going to happen soon is eventually I'm going to get her DNA finished. Oh yeah, we did finish her DNA, so she's at level 30 now. And once we get Monk's DNA to level 30, all of a sudden we'll have a full base team of DNA at level 30. So that means everyone else's DNA that I link will already be at level 30. So at one point I'll reach everyone at level 30, and I really won't need to keep increasing the DNA. I'll sort of be capped out on DNA. So it almost makes sense not to buy the DNA because I'm going to cap it out soon anyway. The only question I got for the viewers is if you have a hero and you've already reached DNA, I noticed that you can still upgrade it. So I'm like, what's the point of upgrading the DNA if you're already at level 30? Because I figured the DNA, first you got this, then this, then this, and then once you got this, was there anything else to even unlock? So maybe there must be some other way to use DNA to increase it, because I don't understand why it goes higher than 30. So if any of the viewers know. Once the hero has reached 30, plan 2 will unlock and DNA plans can be switched freely. Oh, so you can have 2 different DNA plans. Oh, that's cool. So you can lock a hero to one and then lock a hero to the other. And then instead of having to switch everything, you can just switch back before planning 2. Or have one plan that's like all attack, one that's all defense, depending what you need. But I still don't understand, why would you go higher than 30? If anyone knows the answer to that. So that's what I was thinking, like maybe instead of buying the DNA, that's what I should do, is maybe buy the cubes, right? Because those cubes, they definitely have a more value that's long lasting. Sort of as like if you marry a chick you actually like instead of just the hottest one. So that way you still have a marriage that can last even after you age. Not like all of a sudden you age and the person you married isn't super attractive anymore and you don't like hanging out with them. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like the more cubes you get and you can unlock that, you can just keep getting your levels up higher and higher and higher, right? So the cubes are probably the best bet here. Obviously there's this that I could go for, but I don't really think that's worth it. Those purple potions seem a little bit expensive to me in this store. So yeah, maybe the viewers can put in the chat. We only got, what is it, 92 hours left to exchange them. So I'll have to try to decide by then. But I'm trying to decide between either the cubes or the DNA. I could go with the brown scrolls, but I think that'd be a shit show. 2 red scrolls, man, you usually get crap for the red scrolls. So I really doubt I'd bother with those. Robots, yeah, I'm already capped out on. The pet colors are kind of tempting, but I don't know, is 25 really worth it? You still need another 25 in order to summon the pet, so seems a little bit wasteful there. Maybe Miss Lego can post in the chat. What would she spend them on? I know she seems like the most experienced Clone Evolution player. Oh fuck, man, this battle is like impossible. How did we do so good on it last time? Alright, let's try it again, except this time put Genie, see if that makes any difference. Yeah, and don't worry everyone if we don't make it up to the 10 likes today. I'm pretty sure if I keep doing these travel vlog episodes, we'll keep building up the community with how many subs I got. Maybe some new players will start getting into Clone Evolution. I kind of doubt it, but I don't know. For me, Clone Evolution was one of those games. I didn't think I would like it very much, but once I started playing it, man, does it get addictive. So hopefully we can get some addicts to join. No, I'm just kidding. Oh god, we're so frozen here. This is a nightmare. Or maybe that's what I should do, is buy the DNA so that we can focus on upgrading Monk. And once we get Monk upgraded, it'll be worth it. Alright, that was a dumb addition. I don't think we're getting hit by that too much, so let's try the Ice edition, see if that'll make a difference. Now, if anyone's wondering when my next travel vlog's coming out, I'm going to start editing it probably tomorrow, and I'll try to get it out in time for Halloween, because it's a Halloween themed vlog, so really I should. I actually even filmed it on Halloween week, back in like 2018. Now, if anyone's wondering why my first travel vlog was kind of weird camera angles, I actually filmed it before I seen travel vlogs, so I didn't even really know what to do. I didn't realize that I needed a selfie stick to hold the camera farther away, so I was really just holding it at arm's length, and I didn't hold it out far enough. So yeah, definitely in the future when I do more travel vlogs, I'll get the selfie stick going and get the camera a little bit farther away. I know, because at some points it was like the camera was like right up to my face. It was pretty annoying. But I did the best I could, and yeah, first time making it, it's definitely going to be rough. First time in anything. Fuck, man, how are we going to survive this? Alright, let's try this. I really don't think we can beat this one. There's too many double red stars, right? No matter how hard we try, this is just not going to be a beatable one. Fuck, man. If only we got less ice. Oh yeah, to finish the hockey story. Dear God, man. My very all-time favorite part of hockey used to be the crushing body hits. Like body checks. And in hockey, how it used to work is the only rule they had was that you couldn't jump up to hit the person. Because a lot of times, like in hockey, they're crushing right into people's heads at full speed with no helmet. And you get crushed, like just knocked out. Like a lot of times people would just lay there for like 20 minutes unconscious. They'd have to take him away in stretchers. So it was like brutal body hits, right? And then, of course, what happened is they tried to make the sport safer, and they took almost all the hitting out. So it'd be like if football took the hitting out. So yeah, really when I watch it now, I'm like, dear God, they can't even body check each other. It's like this is a whole new sport, and not a good one. Well, I guess good for if you want to enroll your kids to play, but yeah, not good if you want to actually enjoy watching the shit. Oh yeah, and that was the other thing they used to have in hockey, was they used to have enforcers. So there'd be like 2 or 3 guys on the team, couldn't play hockey worth shit. The only reason they were on the team is because if there was a fight that broke out, they'd be like, alright, in you go, enforcers. And these enforcer guys would just beat the crap out of people. So in the old days, when there was like a really good player on your team, there'd be like an unwritten rule. Said, don't hit our best player. If you do, we're going to send all the enforcers out and they'll just beat the shit out of you. To the point where you're like in the hospital dying. So that's sort of like why in hockey in the old days, the best players, they really wouldn't get injured too much. Because they knew, like, if anyone tried to injure them, they were going to end up in the hospital, like, within minutes. So that's what happened in the future, is they took out all the enforcers, and then all of a sudden Sidney Crosby got his career ruined. Why? Because his team didn't have any enforcers. So what happened was, is one player just went out there and crushed Sidney Crosby, and everyone's like, well, nothing we can do. And the guy's like, haha, I got away with crushing your team's best player. And then it was like the best player in the league, gone for years with concussion problems. So it's like, in a way, you look at the violence that hockey used to have, it actually prevented serious injuries. Well, for the best players. The other players, not so much. So that's how I was thinking, like, man, when I used to turn on a hockey game, I was like, will someone die from getting hit by the puck? Is there going to be a huge crushing body hit where someone's like laying unconscious for the rest of the day? Or is there going to be a huge fist fight? I didn't even have to ask if. In the old hockey, there used to be a big fist fight at least once per period. So it's like now when you turn it on, you're lucky if you get a fight per season. And it's like, I can't watch it. I'm like, what am I watching here? It's like I'm watching figure skating, for God's sakes. So yeah, if anyone's thinking I'm knocking hockey for being too safe, well, yeah, I am. Fucking can't stand hockey anymore. Yeah, I really, like, my team could be on, and I'm like, I don't even care to watch it anymore. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Someone's gonna score a goal? Yay! Ooh, they might score. Yay. It almost reminds me of watching soccer. That's like what soccer is, right? Like, in soccer, I don't think they have fist fights. Maybe they do, but they're very rare. It'd be sort of the same thing if I tried to watch that. It'd be like, I was so used to hockey that I just couldn't watch soccer. Because I'm like, when does the fist fight break out? When does the crushing body hits happen? Now it's like hockey and soccer are almost identical. Sickening. So I don't know, I mean, I'm either hoping that maybe someone will start a new hockey league and just add all the old rules back in. So yeah, we'll see all the fighting, all the hits, all the people not wearing helmets and just risking their life every play. Man, that was so exciting. Alright, we're clearly not beating these. I should have left it run. Remember the first time we let it run, we actually killed 2 other players? Fuck. Alright, let's try the skip trick. Maybe it'll work. I'll start it and skip it, and maybe they'll give us the win. It's our only chance. Ah, we lost. Holy shit, we actually killed half their team though. Well, at least a chunk of it. We'll try the skip trick again. Maybe it'll work this time. Seemed to actually work decent there. Ah, jinxed it. Yeah, we didn't kill anyone. The health basically stayed the same for everyone. Alright, we'll try the skip trick one more time. There's no way it's gonna work with this team. No! I'm just joking. I'm super happy. Try to pretend like I'm pissed off. Yeah, we didn't kill anyone. Sons of bitches. I don't know, maybe soccer used to be really entertaining in the old days too, where they allowed more free rules. Oh yeah, that is the end. Alright, so we're looking at the clones that we have for next draw. The next draw that we do, damn, I'm starting to think it could be good. Because look, man, we got a whole shitload of these ones. We even got enough to do 2 more, what is it, Sun and Chaos Star ones. So shit, man, they could even give us Son of the Black Hole. That'd be nice. I think they did last time, wasn't it? Or no, we got Son of the Black Hole from one of these ones last time. Alright, if anyone sees a hero that they want me to make in this list, just let me know. Holy shit, man. Look how many of the moon guys we got. That's really good. Because he's a guy that you need for a lot of ingredients. Yeah, that ingredient list is looking pretty nice. Not to brag or anything, but damn. At least I have something going right. Yeah, the one good thing I noticed about hockey and not watching it, I got 2 extra hours of free time a day. Because usually hockey was like 2 hours every day that you watched it, so... Man, that's a lot of extra free time to have. Ah, still can't challenge him. You know, the last time I challenged this guy, guess what happened? They actually gave me a reward for extra damage, even though I didn't kill him. And I won, was it 2 purple hero frags. So I was like, shit, man. We're actually doing enough damage. Let's do one now just to see if we can show you. Yeah, I think this was the combination I used. We'll see if it works again. I'll just skip it so we don't have to watch it all unfold. Yeah! See, we're getting better rewards now. We're actually getting the 2... Oh no, didn't we get the 2 purple every time anyways? I'm probably wrong. Yeah, I think we were getting 2 purples every time anyways. Never mind. Dum-de-dum-dum. At least remembered. For some reason I was thinking it increased the reward. Not yet. Alright, let's do the arena battles yet. We haven't done those. We'll skip the battles for the easy ones. Once we get to the good battles, we'll do it manually. Oh fuck, man, I can't even record that late tonight. I keep forgetting. I gotta go back to trimming some plants. Oh god. It's the one thing I hate about harvest season. Fucking 80 hours of fucking cutting with scissors. I don't know if anyone's cut scissors for even like 2 hours. It's fucking brutal. I don't know how people do it in factories where they have a job where they have to cut shit with scissors. I actually got some new scissors that at least make it easier. Because before I noticed when I was cutting scissors for like 2 hours and you're like having your fingers in those holes, get your mind out of the gutter, that all of a sudden you start getting blisters because it's rubbing against the hole edge. And yeah, once you start getting the blisters and you're like, fuck, can't even use the scissors anymore. So I got these new scissors that came from China, and all I got is outsides. So you just press the outside and it clips. So I don't have to put my fingers in anything. It's pretty sweet. Get your mind out of the gutter. Holy shit, we got lots to claim. Alright, so let's claim one of these, and we'll do a bunch of battles, and we'll have to wrap up soon. I'll give a shout out to the viewers. Sorry we didn't make it to 10 likes. We'll try harder for next time. If you guys want to help like and share the videos and get more people watching, could start reaching that 10 likes per episode. I know it's possible because back when we used to have Pepe watching, he would log in with like 2 or 3 fake accounts and give likes, and yeah, that really helped boost it up. I know the likes would just vanish by the next day, but YouTube's got a pretty smart algorithm. If someone just logs into your video, doesn't watch it, and just likes it or dislikes it, those likes or dislikes will be gone the next day. Hey Zeus, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so let's see. So I noticed like sometimes I hated that because I'm like, oh fuck, I like it when people log in and like the videos. But I was getting a few haters that would just hate the show so badly that they would log in and just dislike it and not watch it at all. But then their dislike would just disappear by the next day. Let's try this one. Alright, so who do we got all tuned in for today? Holy shit, good variety. We got Augusto Pasco Basilio. Thanks again. Sugama. Or Sugoma. That's what it is, I think. And Paladin Gaming. Paladin Gaming sounds like a gaming channel, so if anyone wants to check out his work, make sure you do. Give him a good like and sub and tell him that I sent you. Alright, Sugoma. I farted. Yeah, if anyone wants the fart sound, maybe the viewers want it. It's my hand, I swear. If anyone wants to know how to fart with their hands, not that I should be teaching people. Oh man, look at the damage I did. I slipped on some water on the ground and hit my hand on the wall. I was wondering if it was going to leave a mark. It did. Once you reach your 40s, you'll be surprised how easy you mark out. But no, anyways, if you make a little cup shape in your hand, see how like normal people's hands are like flat? If you try to make a cup shape, and then you squeeze 2 cups together, that's where you get 2 cups. I was going to say 2 girls, and I'll stop that. So yeah, then you can not only make pop sounds, but you can only squeeze and make a nice fart. If you have a younger nephew or niece, they'll love it. Because most people only know the armpit one. And that one's nasty. Because then you have to like, rub in your armpit. At least with your hands. If you wash them enough, they shouldn't be too nasty. Now I think I can make a really loud pop noise sometimes too. Oh, we'll do the squeak. Sorry, I'll stop doing the kid stuff. Now sometimes I swear I like never matured. Still like 10 years old at heart. Fart sounds just make me laugh. Hey, that's what Richard Brand does. Has anyone watched his show? He's like, he does like a fart noise in between his segments. And he has 4 million subs, so hey, it's working for him. And being a movie star might have helped too. Might. Right, so Sugoma, Alt Stinger, or Alt Stinger 11, and Zeus. So thanks a lot everyone for tuning in. I've been trying to do the bubble blowing. I haven't been able to do it as well as I used to. That was another trick I learned in school. Actually, a few of my friends that partied a lot, they taught me that you can actually blow bubbles without any soap. So I was able to do it for quite a while, but I've sort of lost the skill because I haven't practiced it a lot lately. It's kind of gross because it's made out of spit, so kinda. If you're into spit. No, I'm just kidding. Now, and what would everyone like to see in Clone Evolution next? Maybe leave it in the chat if you can. Should I buy the cubes or go with the DNA? I'm pretty sure if I buy the cubes, that'll be like an instant boost to our team. Because they'll be like, holy shit, now someone just went up in levels. Whereas if I buy the DNA, it's not really going to have much effect. It's not really even enough DNA for 1 level. So I might just go with the cubes. I'm the more I talk about it, I think I am more set on getting the cubes. The board cube resistance is futile. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go for a beard trim soon. Well, not go anywhere, but actually just trim it myself. I noticed the beard has like been growing out of control. It's funny, like, I know some people talk about it takes years for them to grow a beard. I don't know if any of the viewers can remember when I shaved last, but I don't think it was more than 3 months ago. So it's not too bad of beard growth for 3 months. I noticed, like, my beard, even when I talk to people that are like, what was it, the Sikhs? The Sikh guys often look at my beard and like, oh my god, how many years did that take to grow? And I'm like, 3 months. No, it's not actually that great as it sounds, because unless you like shaving all the time, it's not really the greatest. Or if you like growing beards, then it's not that bad, but... No, even my niece and nephew, they were asking me the other day, how come you never grow any hair? Like, if you don't think I grow hair, you should check the pail of hair that I trim every week. It's like, I grow a lot of hair, it's just not on here. I'd make actually an excellent human sheep. I'm hoping human hair becomes more popular for clothing. Because yeah, I could definitely become a new pro at that. They would get me in the shop and they'd be like, hey man, you don't have any hair for us. I'd be like, oh, just wait, look at my back. Can grow a fresh coat of hair for you at least once a week. No, we discussed it a few months on the episode, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. If you're ever wondering what's the softest human body hair that you can cut, turns out it's butt hair. I don't know, we discussed it with the viewers and we're like, why would butt hair be so soft? And then one viewer pointed it out. He's like, if you had really harsh, like rough hair on your butt, it'd be super uncomfortable. But I think that's why genetics, they made the butt hair the softest. It's almost like a rabbit, or like, what's the... Yeah, I guess rabbit fur is really soft. I don't know what's the softest animal fur. So if you ever wanted clothing out of human hair, try to get it out of butt hair. Just really goodly washed. Now, I always found that, like, when it comes time to shave, I'm like, hey, each hair that I have on my body is different textures. My beard hair is definitely the roughest. Arm hair and head hair is roughly the same. Butt hair is like soft as silk. How do we still have viewers? I thought that would for surely empty the chat. Yeah, and if anyone, yeah, I guess I shouldn't get too much more into the Anubis amulet. Maybe we'll win one of those next week, or give one away. Oh yeah, and if Alex is listening, get a hold of me to give me your mailing address. And if you don't want to do it, just let me know, and I'll give the amulet to one of the other 2 people that won it in the chat or entered the contest. We had 3 people that actually competed that wanted the Anubis amulet. And Alex was the one who won. Alright, we're getting some good victories here. Oh yeah, one of the comments I get is, or questions, is what is the hero we're working on next? We're trying to make Arena Girl gold so we can add her to Freya's DNA. And other than that, I haven't really decided which red hero I'm really gunning for. I know some of the viewers have gave me advice of who I want next, but none of them have really convinced me that that's the way to go. So if any of the viewers got ideas of who I should try to add to the team in red next, they just put in the chat, put in the Discord. I'll try to keep it in consideration. Alright, we're definitely up to the 2-hour mark, and I was going to finish all these arena battles, but I'm already getting tired, and I got to trim some more plants. Most of the viewers have headed out every way, so thanks everyone who stayed tuned right to the end, even through the butt hair. I know that was too much information. Some people really didn't want to know where the best butt hair was, or the best human hair for making clothes. Right at the crack. Oh, speaking of crack, I almost forgot the sponsor message. Let's do that quick before we wrap up.
Today's butt hair conversation was brought to you by Crack. Crack. It'll fuck you up. Woo!
See, if you're gone from the show just for a couple days, almost forgot the sponsor. Alright, yeah, thanks everyone for being such loyal viewers and tuning back in. Let's go to the fire screen. Right, if you happen to get any butt hair in your vaporizer and it tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can give the show a like. Really appreciate it. Just make sure, never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone.
Yeah, and everyone who had time to log into the travel vlog that I published today and gave it a like and leave a comment, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Thanks again for liking and sharing, and we'll see you next time. I do have to work tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough energy to do the show, but we'll see how it goes. I'm probably not going to have enough time because I'm running really close on the last time frame to finish trimming all the plants. God, it takes forever. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, if I don't get swamped with work, we'll be back again tomorrow. But if we're not, just leave the comments in the questions or section in the description, and we'll try to take the viewers' advice and use that to spend it at the store. Because yeah, and hopefully we get some new events. Oh yeah, today's Wednesday, so in about 10 minutes or so, they're gonna add in the new things, and we'll have probably some new content coming up. So that'll be sweet too. Who knows what the next event is? If anyone knows what the next big event is, not the normal ones that Suki left us a list for, but the ones that are actually like only recur every month or so. It's probably Hunger Games, I have to guess. If Hunger Games is back, that'll be pretty sweet. Alright, so yeah, thanks everyone, and take care. Bye for now. See you later. Later. Yeah, sorry we ended the show just as a few more people joined, but we'll try to be back soon, and yeah, the show will be in the archive. I can't spell. Thanks for joining the chat. See you later.